Hey, it's Kinsey Ray. I specialize in coaching growth-minded people on how to create a winning mindset and strong habits to overcome life's challenges and become anything they want in life. And today, it's a very special day. Today is book launch day. I'm very excited, very emotional, very nervous, all the things. And I want to tell you guys a little bit more about the new Happier Days ebook that launches this evening. So you drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me okay. Let me know what you're up to this fine Tuesday. Obviously, we had to launch the ebook on Taco Tuesday because it's my favorite day of the week and it's April 11th. 11 is my lucky number. And I think it's finally sinking in that I have written a book and I'm about to release it into the world and share a piece of my heart and soul with you guys. I just got done writing the email that's going to go out to everyone that's on my VIP pre-launch list. So if you're not yet on there and want to be notified when the book is available for purchase, you can still click the link in my bio and get notified. It will go live this evening. And as I was writing that email, I got really, really emotional. I started crying. Shocker. If you guys don't know, my emotions are connected to my tear ducts. But as I was writing that email, it really sunk in. This is something that's been on my heart to write for 16 years. And I've known I've needed to write a book. I've known I've needed to talk about my experience with self-harm. I've known that I've needed to do something with this experience that I had, and I've never known what it looks like. I can't tell you how many times I have sat down and tried to write this book. I've tried to write this book over and over and over again for years. And it's taken many different forms of the way that I would frame it and the way I would talk about it and the messages that I wanted to share in it. And I've always really struggled with it because, let's be honest, self-harm is a heavy topic. And I'm like, I don't really want to write a book that's like, bum, 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 like really just like heavy and hard to read. Like, that's not my energy and that's not what I want to write a book about. And so I really struggled with it. I'm like, how do I talk about this experience that I know I need to talk about? It happened to me. It's happening to so many people out there. It's still a problem in 2023. But how do I talk about it without it just being this like heavy thing to read that like nobody wants to read because it's so heavy and it's so intense and such a serious topic? So I've tried to figure out how to write this for years, and finally I found the right way to write it. And the way that I think it happened is I finally became the woman who could bring this message into the world. I finally developed into the right person who could share this message in a way that anybody can get value from it, that you don't have to struggle with self-harm to get value from this. You don't have to struggle with your mental health to get value from this. I believe anyone can get value from this and learn how to create better habits and have a better understanding of their emotions, have a better understanding of self-harm and why people do it. So if you do meet someone who's struggling, you understand what's going on better. And understanding your own emotions better, understanding what coping skills are, and identifying your current coping skills. Like, how do you process your emotions? How do you navigate life's challenges? Is it in a healthy way or an unhealthy way? And then my goal is to then help you develop better, healthier habits to take charge of your mental health and develop more confidence in everyday life. And then if you can do that, you're going to get 2 amazing benefits if you can go develop healthier habits. One is you're going to feel more confident and you're naturally going to become the best version of yourself. Everything comes down to your habits. And then 2, when life does happen, because it's inevitable, life will happen. We all experience trauma and tragedy and grief and heartbreak and failure and hard seasons. That's part of life. Then you are going to have the right tools to help you navigate those hard seasons in the best way possible. And so I'm really excited to get this out in the world. It does launch tonight. If you guys have any questions about the new ebook, you can ask them on here while we're on here live. And I just wanted to say, first and foremost, thank you to all of you who have gotten on the book pre-launch list. There's a lot of you. I'm like, oh my gosh, thank guys. Thanks for the support. I'm very excited about this. If you want to get on the pre-launch list, you can click the link in my bio and go get added. You'll get an email when it's available for purchase later today. And I just want to thank you guys for the support. This has been like quite the journey to get this book into the world, and it's been a learning process for me, and I've been challenged and faced resistance, and it's been such a journey. I feel like I could write a book on the journey of writing a book, but I am excited to get a piece of my heart and soul into the world. I do believe that this is a piece of my life's purpose, and that really hit me today as I was writing that email to let you guys know when the book is available. This is a piece of my life's purpose. It's a calling that's been on my soul for many, many years. And so to finally trust myself to execute on this and be willing to be vulnerable and put myself out in the world to be judged, criticized, for people to think it's stupid, for people to say whatever they're going to say about my life's experience and my life's journey and the lessons that I've learned, it's scary. But I've known I've needed to do it. And so I'm like really proud of myself for leaning into that. And I hope I can inspire you to do the same. I hope I can give you courage to follow those life callings that are on your heart, but they're really scary. They're really scary to follow those life's callings. It's really scary to step into that gift that's inside of you and that message that's been on your heart. It's really scary. And I believe the thing that scares you most is the thing that you're supposed to do. And this thing has scared me for 16 years. And I've talked myself out of it for years and years and years. I didn't want to cry, but it's me, and this is really important to me. And so I hope I can just give you the courage to do it. Because I've said for so many years, if I got to the end of my life, and let's say I died tomorrow, well, great thing my book launches today. But no, that would be my biggest life regret. If I didn't get this message out into the world, this would be my one life regret. That I did not share this message to hopefully help someone who's struggling down the line. To hopefully help someone, lots of someone's, hopefully. That would be my biggest life regret. And so if it's my biggest life regret, it would be my biggest life regret. And it's also my biggest fear to put this out into the world. Which I believe the things you're most scared to do is what you're supposed to do. Why am I not doing it? Why do I keep waiting for the perfect time to have all the answers for it to be perfect? Why am I not acting on this one thing I would regret not doing? It doesn't make any sense because tomorrow's not promised. And so I want to challenge you with that same thing. If you have that thing on your heart that you know you're meant to do, and you know you would regret never doing it, but you're not taking action on it because you're afraid to be judged, you're afraid to fail, you're afraid of what other people might think of you, you're afraid that maybe it's not gonna be what you think it should be, whatever. Just do it. And it was so powerful for me as I wrote this book that I thought I was writing it for other people. I thought I was writing it for the rest of the world, and in a way I am. But as I was writing this book, I was simultaneously going through some really hard postpartum depression. Very hard postpartum depression that I lost myself in. And as I was writing this book, I'm struggling so bad with my mental health, worse than I ever have in years. And I'm like, Kinsey, what are you doing writing a mental health book while you're struggling with your mental health? Like, what is wrong with you? You have no business telling people how to take care of their mental health. You are struggling like no other. And it was really interesting. I felt really good in December when I decided to start writing this book. I was all motivated and I felt great. And then life got really busy. We sold our house, we started traveling. I fell out of my practices that I was doing really well with in December, and I fell out of my practices and my mental health tanked, and I didn't realize it. That's the weird thing with your mental health, is it'll like spiral, and then like you realize you're like, whoa, I'm like not in a good place. Anyone ever experienced that? Drop like a 4 in the comments. You're like, wow, things are not going well. And I finally realized that in February. I was like, whoa, we are like not in a good place. And it was like right as I started, we got settled into the house. I was like, I got to get this ebook done and pick back up on writing this ebook. And I'm like, you are not in a good place, Kinsey. Like, you have no business writing about mental health. You have no business sharing this content. But then as I was writing the ebook and sharing all these strategies that I've used to overcome really hard seasons of self-harm and grief and various life challenges, as I'm writing out these practices that I had already outlined in December, I was like, well, you're not doing that. You stopped doing that. You stopped doing that. You're not doing this. And so I was writing this book for myself. And I was in a really bad place in February. And I was writing this book, reminding myself of all of these practices I wasn't doing and all of these habits that make me great. And I said, well, if you're going to put this book out into the world, you better be taking your own damn advice, sister. And so I took all of this stuff from this book. I started re-implementing it into my life and being really intentional about making sure I'm practicing what the heck I'm preaching in this book. And now in April, I'm feeling so much better. So I was reminded from myself of the things I do to get through hard seasons. And then I was able to put it into practice and help get through this hard season that's been so challenging. And so even if nobody reads the book and it's a total flop and everyone else thinks it's stupid, it helped me get through another hard season. And it's going to be my own guide and my own reminder to come back to of the simple things that make me great and the simple things that help me be the best me. And so I hope you get value out of it. I hope I can teach you something. I hope I can make a massive impact with this. But if nothing else, it made a massive impact for me, and I'm so, so thankful for it, and I appreciate all of your guys' support. I love you, Keisha. I appreciate you. And the great thing is this is the last thing I'll leave you guys with, and we're going to launch the book today. It's a big day. Finally just like set in. I'm like, I wrote a book. This thing's like 100 pages, you guys. Like, it's a book. And it's simple. That's my favorite part about this, is anybody can do these practices. They are simple. They are very, I won't say easy, because adopting new stuff isn't always easy, but it's simple to implement. They aren't crazy things. Anybody can do this and go make a positive impact in their life and change themselves and ultimately their life for the better. So I'm so excited. It's launch day. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. You will get an email if you're on the VIP pre-launch list of when it's live, so make sure to go sign up for that. You can click the link in my bio to get notified, and it's gonna be a great day. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. Have the best day ever, and thank you in advance for all of your support, and I can't wait to hear your feedback. Talk to you soon. See ya.